Hello, everybody, and welcome to creating a Minecraft server in 1.21.4 or 2025. So this is week one, basically done. So this is a video basically on everything that we've done in this entire journey until we release this server to the public. Um, the first thing we did was we got our spawn built. So we built this. Um, we decorated it, so I think you're gonna spawn in somewhere over here. Yeah, spawn in right here. I think actually right on this block. You'll spawn in, you'll see this. Eventually we'll have signs pointing you in the right direction. As you can see, we've already kind of started putting those in. Go into here, and if I remember correctly, it's down here. I want to make this a little bit more open so it's a little easier to walk. I don't necessarily like this section right here. We'll go into here. We'll have some custom crates here that are going to be obtainable all from the server. So you can pay to get them, but it's all going to be obtainable completely from the server. It's going to be money. This is not a pay to win server, and that is the goal of this entire server. You are going to be able to donate to the server, but it's going to be for basic stuff, not necessarily the overpowered items you can just buy, because you won't be able to do that. But so that's the goal. We don't want to make a pay to win server. We hate them. That's why we've decided to make our own server. So some of the things that we've started to add is we have Mjolnir. So this is an axe, which I accidentally deleted. Didn't mean to do that. Let me go to the actual chest. But we have a custom enchants plugin. So we've been playing around with some of these things. So like you have the lightning strike of a Thor's hammer. This entire server is going to be based on a medieval theme, medieval slash like Nordic slash style like that. So we're still working out like what we want Mjolnir to do. So as you can see, there's multiple iterations of what it can do. There's a whole bunch of these tridents. So you have like Neptune's trident, and all these other tridents that we're just trying to figure out what we want. But we want a custom trident because when you're fighting, we want it to be balanced against the axe or the mace rather. And this, that's what we're trying to do. So we're fighting each other, just figuring out what's gonna benefit what. And if someone's using this weapon, you can easily counter it with another weapon. Um, we also have a shields. We're making custom shields here so that they give you a little bit more health, or they, rebalance some of your enemies' attacks. Everything like that. You have some of the like custom items, which is going to be like the heart, which if you hold in your offhand, you'll get like faster. Everything, you might want if you're battling someone. You also have this one, which is kind of like almost like a getaway. Um, be able to do a lot more things. You'll have jumping. You can jump down a mountain and not worry about damaging yourself. We're working on scythes, so like a nice little a scythe that is good for like fighting off more than one enemy. I think is the end goal with that. But then we have some other items like the um, pickaxe, which is going to help you break blocks. Your mining speed is going to be broken up, and other things. You're going to have other tools and stuff like that. So we're working on that. We're also working on custom sets of armor somewhere in here. Yeah, so we're building custom sets of armor. We're playing around with these. These are some behind the scenes of these are some overpowered shields. These are definitely not going to be implemented. The goal is to not make anything super overpowered. So we are trying to do that and keep it in a vanilla way. The entire goal of the server is to where you can have your iron farms, you can have your villagers. The only thing we might limit is just how many entities you can have in a chunk. So you can't have like, you know, 600 villagers in one little chunk. You can spread that out between multiple chunks just to lower the lag because we do want to maintain the server's integrity on it. This eventually is going to be one of our server stores. This is going to have just some items that you can't necessarily obtain, like the crate keys. You're going to all be able to buy, so you can have them. If you want to save up for this crate to get this item, you can. That's the whole goal with this. As you can see, the building's not done yet. I'm actually working on it currently, so that will be that eventually. And then we have our statues that we've built. There's gonna be another shop here eventually. We're also gonna hide some of the command blocks, or I think we probably should just get rid of the command blocks so no one can use them or abuse them in some way. But hide those and make it to where we can make custom items without causing issues on the server. Built this bridge. We have currently there's 4 of us building this server, and yeah, so this bridge was built, a nice little tunnel that goes into this section, which eventually will be our market. Now, this market isn't going to be a server market. It's going to be completely player based. So a player will be able to come up to this small market, buy it, and they can build whatever they want on this little, little area. There'll be rent that they have to pay. These might be only day rent, so that you can rent it for at most a week, but like have your rent set so that it isn't as expensive. Or if you want a more permanent shop, you'll be able to buy the bigger ones, which will maybe you're buying 30 days worth of rent and not getting you know not you're not worried about your shop disappearing very quickly. You can go on vacation, stuff like that. Then we're playing around. We'll have something in here. I don't want to spoil it. That will be the future of the server. We're playing around currently with warps, so this will be like an outpost that goes east, north, south, east, west, all those things, just so that we can make it a little easier to get out, from spawn area. We're also going to have random teleport, which allows players to go anywhere, basically. Then we have an entire custom mountain biome. So we built this with World Edit. If you need to know how to build this in World Edit, I have a video that I'll link in the description on how to build custom mountains with World Edit. But yeah, I mean, this took a while. I mean, we brushed it with basically sand and built it all from scratch. So that was the big project, just getting our spawn area defined to figure out exactly what we wanted to do. Eventually, what we want to do is we want to make everything really easy. We don't want you to have to warp here, warp there, warp, everywhere just to get, one thing. Like, we're going to have a warp to spawn, okay? The spawn's going to be, you get your crate key. That's where you're going to go and get your shop, stuff like that. But then you'll have your market, warp market, that gets you here, which you'll put here. Eventually, there might be a warp down there. But yeah, we want everything to be easy, not very many warps. You'll be able to warp to the outpost really easily. We'll have exits, so there's gonna be like a tunnel with a staircase that goes out of the mountain there. We one over there. That's why there's a beacon there, so we can actually make a little one there. Maybe one over here, something. Just figuring out, make it easy. We want to eventually build a few houses just dotted around. We want it to be spaced out so people don't get confused on what's a server building and what's just like a regular, random building that you don't you see. There are one of the biggest things that we're gonna have, which I haven't built yet, is there's gonna be a brewery right here. There are custom brews on this server you can make. We haven't set them up quite yet, so we don't know which ones we want to do. But this will have a whole brew tutorial and also have a bar at the bottom so you can actually try out drinks before you start to make a whole batch of them or something like that. Just so that it adds a little bit of more realism. The whole point is medieval, like we say, so you're going to have your beers, you're going to have your rums, stuff like that. And yeah, that's the entire goal. Before I ended the video, I wanted to talk about the plugins that we have. So I mentioned the advanced enchantments. So these are custom enchants that we can actually create, name, and figure out what their aspect does. The Brewery X is the brews that we were just talking about. Chunky just makes it to where when you're loading chunks, it's a little faster, it's a little bit more smoother, helps with the server if you have multiple people loading chunks. We're working on Dyn Map, so you'll be able to actually type in /map in the chat and pull up a map and see where every player is, and see yourself and your builds will actually kind of form into the map over time, because it doesn't just do it overnight. Essentials and essentials chat and essentials spawn. These are all just basic ones that are going to help the server run a lot more smoothly. Excellent crates, so that's our crates that we're going to have set up. Those are pretty easy. The grief prevention, that's obviously, so that we can, people can actually survive and not worry about their base getting destroyed when they leave. Guilds, so you'll be able to build guilds with your teammates, your friends, everything like that. Lucky perms, so these are just extra permissions that we can give to people. Kind of have that idea of like when you're buying ranks, you can maybe have a vault that has maybe 2 slots if you buy that rather than 1, something like that. Night core makes it better night so that mobs aren't spawning just randomly throughout the world. It's a little bit more close to the players. helps it with the lag. Player stats, so you'll be able to see how much time you spent on the server, how many blocks you broken, stuff like that, all around. Rank up, so we're gonna have a whole set of ranks that you'll be able to do. These ranks, this is where the kind of like paying, you can pay to become one of these ranks really quickly, or you can just rank up in the game, which makes it really easy. And I would never spend a dime on a server, so like that's kind of like the goal of the entire thing. Via versions, I'm actually unsure of what that one is. I think it allows for multiple versions of Minecraft to be playing under this, so I think all the 1.21 versions can play on this server. Our wild RTP, that's the random teleport. So you'll be able to go anywhere from spawn. World edit, as we know, world edit built the mountains, everything like that. Just makes it easier on us, the developers of the server, to actually make the server. And then world guards, so we'll be able to protect the spawn area so that we have no issues. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. I want to show you this entire journey. So stay tuned for week 2. I'm going to hopefully get a week 2 out once it's done. If not, I mean, it's just the next update. If I don't get a lot done next week, then yeah. But yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.